I watched some other people, some other YouTube videos of people making Liquid Castile Soap just to kind of get an idea. And there were some really informative ones, really great ones. This is probably the only YouTube channel where someone did the mashed potato. Hello, my name is Holly and I own a company called Alex and Ilex. And one of the things that we make is a body wash using Liquid Castile Soap as a base. And I thought I would teach you how to make that. Before you let making Castile soap intimidate you, please let me let you know that it's time consuming, but your crock pot does most of the work for you the same way that it does with your overnight oats. No one has ever said this to me, but I've seen people say this to other soap makers. You say that your soap is all natural, but lye is an ingredient. There is a legal definition of soap as indicated by the FDA. The results of the chemical reaction between an alkali and animal or vegetable fats and oils. The alkali in this case is lye. You literally cannot make real soap without lye. In the saponification process, you can impress all your friends. The saponification process, which is when soap becomes soap, there's no lye left over after the reaction has taken place. In other words, you are not putting lye on your body when you are using natural soaps. Now that we know that there's a legal definition of soap, what is it you're buying at the grocery store? What's Dove and Ivory and Zestfully Clean? Those are actually detergents. Beginning in World War I and then again in World War II, there was a mass shortage of animal fats and vegetable oil. Soap companies began using synthetics, detergents, to make their soap. It was a lot cheaper. After, even when the shortage was over, they continued to do it, which is why when you often purchase non-natural soap, and I'm not saying it's bad for you, it might say beauty bar or body bar. They market it often saying this isn't soap, it's better. Well, that's also not necessarily true because natural soaps are actually more gentle on your skin. And this is not a medical claim, but natural soap, the oils and the fatty alkali salts produced in the reaction are really effective at breaking down the corona on the virus. If you wash your hands long enough, it eats away at that little, I think of it as a sunbeam, but it's not a very nice thing. Well, I have a candle wick hanging in my hair now. I'm going to put the recipe down below. We'll get to the ingredients in a second, but as far as the tools go, you will need one of these, digital thermometer. You will need some kind of protective gloves, please. You will need a hand mixer or immersion blender. Just a regular standard one is fine. You don't need any special attachments, just the okay? You will need a crock pot. Gotta be forgetting something. Oh, a scale. This is my scale, which I have laid down on some parchment paper. I'm ready to mix my lye solution. Safety gloves are on. You will never be wanting to pour water into your lye. You always pour lye slowly into your water. I am going to slowly and carefully pour this in. All of that out. Now I'm stirring until I feel that it's all dissolved. Don't drip this around your counter, please. All right, now we are ready to melt our oil. Organic virgin coconut oil. Look at this nice, beautiful glacier of coconut oil. All right, just plop that in the 8 ounces of olive oil, 1 ounce of hemp seed oil, half an ounce of jojoba oil. All right, we have our oils melted in our crock pot. We have our safety gloves on. This is our lye solution. We are going to gently pour this into the oils. This is the part. This is the work. You gotta mix a lot. So as you can see, it's getting more opaque. So I'm gonna blend for like 5 to 15 minutes, but I will take breaks and just stir because you don't wanna wear out your blender. At this point, see how it's getting pretty thick. All right, there is definitely too much resistance for the hand mixer. I'm going to put a lid on it and stir it every 30 minutes. We have to wait till it turns into a translucent paste. So I'm going to stir every half hour. Looks just like mashed potatoes. It's 2 in the morning. I'm not used to the crock pot that I'm using today. I wanted to, use the same kind of apparatus you might have at home. And I didn't realize that I guess if I don't set it to, otherwise it reverts just to warm after a while. So I kept thinking, the soap isn't progressing. I could do this in my sleep. And yet here it is, being weird the one time I'm recording myself do it. Because the act of being observed changes the behavior of that which is being observed. Anyway, I don't know if that applies to soap or if soap is sentient, but can you hear the clock ticking? Because I never hear the clock ticking, but I can hear the clock ticking. It's as quiet as a Robert Frost poem. Anyway, so I'm going to be up watching soap saponify. So I'm really sorry about the mashed potato. It was unnecessary. Once I watched videos of how to do the mashed potato, I practiced it. I'll be honest. I had to make it worth it, even if that meant I wasted your time. Did I wake you up? Come on. Do you want to come out with me? Come, let's go. Sorry, man. Those have white bits are just where it's really dry, so I'm going to test it. I'll show you how. Boil a few ounces of water. Add a glob of the paste. This is to check to see if it's ready. People say like a golf ball size. I think a little less. I think a glob is more the glob. Just gonna stick that in the... How did the glob do? I think it's ready, you guys. Okay, it's late, y'all, so this is gonna be very imperfect. Your crock pot will probably be a little cleaner than this because mine undercooked for so long that it just got kind of, sorry for the use of this word, but crusty. It's no problem. We're gonna dilute it now. Some people will tell you to pour the distilled water in and let it cook more. No. Don't do that. Here's the thing. If you boil your Castile soap after you've diluted it with the water, it's going to evaporate a lot of the water, and we're gonna wanna let this sit for a good 6 or 8 hours. So you end up just diluting it and then wasting the precious soap. Hey, look. It's morning. Well, I'm using my phone right now, and I'm so afraid I'm going to drop this in this hot lava. It's normal for this to appear on the top. I won't call it skin. Okay, we did it. I'm going to go to bed. I wish you love and